Good evening. Please. I do not know the statement of the French president about this. We are ready to consider any questions, but always, in any situation, we will proceed from the interests of the Russian Federation, and we will proceed from the situation in the combat contact zone. Of course, I said all the time, and I will repeat again, we are for peaceful negotiations. But not because the enemy is running out of ammunition. We are for negotiations. If they are really serious, in the long term they want to build peaceful, good neighborly relations between the two states and not take a break for 1.5 to 2 years for rearmament. Talk about the possible
sending of European troops to Ukraine still. This issue worries people. Do you think a full-scale conflict between Russia and NATO is possible? And how likely is this? Thank you.
Anything is possible in the modern world. But I have already said, and it is clear to everyone, that this will be one step away from a full-scale World War III. I think that hardly anyone is interested in this. As for the position of the French president, there are already some amendments in the sense. This contingent will perform secondary functions. They will have to train military personnel in Ukraine, explain how to use Western equipment, perform some other functions of this kind. Today it is not much different from what mercenaries do. NATO military personnel are already present there. We know that. We hear both French and English speech there. There is nothing good in this, first of all, for them, because they die there in large numbers. Ultimately, it is not our choice. If someone wants to slightly cover up internal political problems with their aggressive external rhetoric, then this is a well-known and frequently used technique all over the world. But I would really like France to play not a role. That leads to aggravation of the conflict, to its aggravation, so that it does not provoke this situation. But on the contrary, as was said here, so that we talk about possible ways of a peaceful settlement. In this sense, it seems to me that France could play its role. All is not lost yet, but, nevertheless, I would like to end with words of gratitude to the Russian people, Russian voters. I want to emphasize once again that we will do everything in our power to achieve national development goals in all areas. Thank you, all the best, goodbye.